Specifically, what did he say about the number of people? He said only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door. Right? And after that, you've forgotten the relevant part. What did Zero say? Santa furrowed his brow in thought. Junpei thought back. Zero said that only 2 people can go through. That everyone who verified had to go. More than 6 people can go through. I don't remember him using the term verified. Did he? Maybe I completely missed that, but yeah. Regardless, someone tricked him. All those who enter must leave, and all who enter must contribute. Yeah, nowhere does it say verify. Right? I think it was something like that. Whatever it was, it means that groups of less than 3 or more than 5 can't go through. That is correct. A gold star for you, Junpei. You're probably like a professor or something, right? Okay, calling it now. He's got a fancy uniform on. He might be an attorney. Actually, that guy, I don't know. I see the blue with the red tie. He looks like Phoenix. I'm using the Edgeworth voice. He could be an attorney, or maybe some kind of like college professor, university professor. Yeah, one of those. The lawyer thing is more just because I'm thinking he's attorney. If I had to guess, though, he's probably some kind of professor for either a college or university. Snake inclined his head toward Junpei. He seems like the type who likes to teach, at the very least. The 9th man, however, broke that rule. He tried to pass through a numbered door by himself. That was why he was executed. Executed? Then Zero's watching us from somewhere? Making sure we don't break any rules? Oh, I'm not so sure of that. It's possible, but I don't know if that's... Yeah. He could be watching us, but maybe not. I don't feel like he's But if he's not watching us, what's the point of putting us through this? I feel like he's enjoying this, so would he really not watch it? Like, if he's not watching it, maybe he's among us. That's possible, I guess. But I feel like he'd want to be there, at least, to, either he'd want to be here or he'd want to watch. I find it unlikely that he's doing neither. Oh, I'm not so sure of that. Why not? Because this execution system is entirely automatic. You didn't notice? There's no need for him to monitor us. What do you mean? Although I see what he's saying, it's probably has to do with the watch. Like when we pass through or something, unless we all pass through, it probably blows us up or something. There's probably a bomb in the watch. Snake looked at Seven with what could only be described as pity inside. Oh yeah, he definitely has the feel of a teacher. Very well. I see it must be me who tells you. I've waited long enough, I suppose. Waited long enough? Holy shit, have you been in one of these games before? Is that it? Really? No. We couldn't be fighting about this right away, could we? I'd hoped Zero might spare me the trouble, but... He really has been in one of these games before, hasn't he? And he knows something that Zero hasn't told us about. He probably knows about the bombs and stuff, and how they work. That seems increasingly unlikely, which makes me think even more that it would be way too obvious if he was the one who tricked the nerd. Now it makes me think even more he didn't do it. He couldn't see them, of course, but perhaps Snake sensed the confused eyes upon him. When Ace spoke, he gave words to everyone else's thoughts. Do you know something? Well, I know a great many things, but yes, quite. What is it you know? Here. Snake removed a card from the pocket of his jacket. With a flourish, he presented it to Ace, who took a close look at it and spoke. You're blind, right? The only way you could read that is if it's Braille. So, unless Clover read it to you, in which case she really hasn't told the rest of us, I find that unlikely. Come on now, what's the point in giving me this? Oh yeah, it's Braille. Give me that! Santa snatched the card from Ace, but his expression of disgust quickly turned to one of confusion. Probably never seen Braille before. Huh? The hell is this? Seven tugged it out of Santa's hands. I see. The card went from 7 to Lotus, from Lotus to Jun, and finally to Junpei. And he looked at it and understood. This is Braille. Braille, the written language of the blind. The card was covered with small and embossed bumps. Junpei could recognize it, but he certainly couldn't read it. Quick! Look up the Braille guy. The same one that you had to use when you were playing, one of the Generation 3 Pokemon games. That was so silly. Am I right? It's like, here, the way to encode this secret message is if you have to know Braille, without being able to touch and feel the screen and the bumps. Logic! Sorry guys, I can't read this. No shit, you can't. Junpei handed the card back to Snake, who nodded at him with a small smirk. Okay, that was fun. Sorry. Oh, that's not Snake. I thought it was Snake. I would have liked it more if it was Snake. Okay, that was fun. What's so important about that card? I found it in my pocket. I can only assume it is a message from Zero. From Zero? A message? What does it say? Suddenly, everyone was crowding around Snake, desperate to hear what the message said. Santa especially looked as if he were about to grab hold of Snake and shake the answers from him. Why has he been keeping this from us, I wonder? Maybe he just... Maybe he just, was waiting for the right opportunity. I don't know. He seems like the kind of person who wants to know stuff, so maybe that was it. I don't know. What does it say? Calm down now. No need to panic. You don't need to force me, I'll read it. Junpei swallowed hard and waited for him to start. He was not the only one. Presently, Snake began to read, his voice calm. His fingers glided over the tiny bumps as he spoke. Oh, this is Zero. Time for Snake to do his Zero impression. Bracelet number 2. Since you are not blessed with sight, I shall bless you and only you with information. Okay, that definitely wasn't Zero who tricked the nerd guy. I feel like that's double confirmation. I kind of already knew that, sort of. I don't know it, but now this is like double knowing it. Still, I don't have proof, but it's almost confirmed. I shall tell you of the function of the red, of the dead, and of the bracelet. What you talking about? The red is the recognition device. Oh, okay. Where's the E come from? Just the R-E? That's weird. It will verify. There's that verify term. This makes it way too obvious that Snake was the one who tripped him. I think that's too obvious, isn't it? I feel like it's a red herring, because here's the only place we know about the verify term. So if Snake is the one who tricked him, that would make sense, but I feel like that's too obvious. I'm just going to go ahead and keep that in my mind. It could be Snake, but I feel like it's not him. Because that's too obvious. I don't know. I just like to always think it can never be something this obvious. Then again, knowing Snake, I don't know if he just let someone die like that. Is he that cold of a person? I don't know. Anyways, besides every numbered... it will verify your number. Besides every numbered door, you will find a red. The dead is the deactivation device. Oh, okay, so it's not automatic then. It does exactly what it says. Once you have passed through the numbered door, you must use the dead to stop the detonator in your bracelet. It is in our bracelet. Wait, detonator? But perhaps you are wondering, what does this detonator detonate? The bomb inside the bracelet? I'm afraid this may be something of a surprise. I've placed a small bomb inside of you and the people whom you are about to meet. Inside of us. So you don't mean in our bracelet. You literally mean it's inside of us? You swallowed it while you were unconscious. I think I heard about something like this in Danganronpa. Was that a reference to this game? It might have been. They're both made by, like, Shunsoft, right? Maybe. I have no doubt by the time you read this note, the bomb will have passed your stomach and found its way to your small intestine. That's fun. In other words, you will be unable to regurgitate it. And by the time we can shit it out, it'll be past 9 hours. Yep. I suggest you do not try. As I mentioned before, the bracelet on your left hand contains a detonator. Think of it as a remote fuse or timer for the bomb in your body. There is only one condition which will cause it to detonate. That condition is that you enter a numbered door. Once you have done so, the timer will activate, no matter who you may be. You will have 81 seconds. Oh, okay. 9 times 9 then. If, after that time, the detonator has not been deactivated, it will send a signal to the bomb in your body, instructing it to explodinate. In order to deactivate the detonator, every person who verified their number at the red must also verify their numbers at the dead. Once all numbers have been verified by the dead, you need only pull the lever at its side, and the countdown will cease. Oh, okay. So I'm guessing on the other side of the door, there's another activation device like this that we have to find. Okay. Anyone who does not verify their number at the red will find themselves unable to verify their number at the dead. That is to say, if you should pass through a numbered door without first verifying your number at the red, 81 seconds, you will be dead. I love rhyming. I have such good timing. You must also keep in mind that the numbered doors will close automatically after 9 seconds have passed. Oh, okay. Yeah, so they're not open for long. So long as the door is open, the dead will not function. You would do well to remember this. Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only 2 ways to do so. 1. You escape from the ship. 2. Your heart rate reaches 0. Oh, that's fun. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confines of the ship, or detects that its wearer's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically. There is no other way to remove your bracelet. If you attempt to force it off or disable the detonator, the bomb within you will immediately explode. This is all the information which I can impart to you. How you choose to use it is for you to decide. If used wisely, you can eliminate those who might be a danger to you. For a time, you would be able to control your fate. Now this seems doubly like it's obvious that it's Snake who did this, because you could use it to, manipulate other people, but that seems too obvious. It's a red herring, I can feel it. I wish you the best of luck. Santa? All the damn S's. Solid Snake finished reading and carefully returned the card to his pocket. The message had been lengthy, but its meaning was clear. Only those who verified their numbers at the red could pass through the numbered doors. Teams could not increase or decrease their numbers. The Reds, Deads, and Bracelets enforced the rules. They were judge, jury, and executioner. In defense of Zero's suggestions, both Santa and Seven put fingers down their throats and began to gag, in defiance of Zero's suggestions. The rest stiffened. Some touched their stomachs, some simply stared at their bracelets. Junpei gingerly touched his stomach. There was a bomb inside his body. The thought of it made him queasy. His stomach felt oddly hollow, and his legs were weak. Why had Zero designed such a ludicrous game? Because he enjoys it, which means he's definitely watching this. He's either a part of it or he's watching it. One of them. Junpei looked over at the others. Alright, I'm going to ask one more time. Do any of you know anything about Zero? They were all silent, each person waiting to hear what the others would say. Finally, Santa spoke. Actually, I saw him. I saw Zero when I got grabbed. You mean him? You saw his actual face or the gas mask? I didn't see his face though. Oh yeah. Son of a bitch was wearing some kind of gas mask. What the hell? Come on guys, give me something. Like surprise or something? Instead, it was Santa who looked surprised. There was a moment of silence, and then everyone spoke at once. Yeah, I saw him too. Me too. He purposely let us see him? He let all of us see him. Well, except for Snake. He probably at least let Snake hear him? This makes Snake even more suspicious. Like, he let all of them see him. He gave Snake this note. But obviously Snake couldn't see him. Snake knew about the verification shit, and this nerd passed through. He could be a spy, he could be someone else, it could be Zero, but I feel like all of that is too obvious. I feel like someone is trying to, I don't know, make it look like... Maybe it's just the game designer is trying to make it look like it's him. This feels too easy. It feels too obvious that he's, like, got something to do with it. He was wearing a gas mask. As stories were sorted out, the truth became clear. All of their stories were the same. They had been abducted at home at midnight. In-universe, though, like in-game, if there was another Snake running around, someone with the, smartitude as him, he probably would have noticed the fact that the nerd mentioned verify before it was actually brought up. But, because no one else like that is there, well, oh well, we're at a loss now. They'd been abducted at home at midnight. The person claiming to be Zero had worn a mask. There had been white smoke, and then each person had passed out. When they awoke, they had found themselves on D-Deck, in a room with a 3-level bunk bed. Only 7 stories seemed to lack the details of the others? Oh. Me? Yeah, well, mine was just like the rest of yours. That was all he had said. No, baby, don't cry. Okay, what could this mean if he's saying this? What does it mean? This is important, I know it is, but I don't know why. Him saying this can't mean... Okay, random thing. Let's say he's Zero. Maybe he's giving us a hint that he's special? No, I don't think so. It's possible. Anything's possible at this point. One of us could be Zero. Maybe none of us is Zero. I don't know. But, It occurred to Junpei at the time that it sounded somewhat strange, but he didn't press the issue. There's something up with that, but I have no idea what. I really don't think... Oh, man. Wait a second. I've already guessed that he's a cop, right? Could he have infiltrated the ship? Maybe he knows about... Okay, maybe he... I don't think he's a spy. I think he... I don't think he's a spy, but maybe he's working against Zero. Maybe, he got caught on I'm hurting my head now. I don't have enough information to go on. He hadn't done so because there was something that struck him as even stranger. There was the mystery of the relationship between Snake and Clover. For some reason, they had been abducted from the same room and woken up in the same room. Junpei looked at them, thoughtfully. So what's the deal with the two of you anyway? It was Clover that answered. Clearly, she felt she had nothing to hide. We're siblings. Oh, I can see the resemblance. Siblings? Yes? Snake is my older brother. Obviously, that means I'm his little sister. That really so hard to understand? Junpei was taken aback. The others seemed just as surprised. She is correct, of course. He laid his hand on Clover's shoulder. Are you surprised? Well, yeah, but... Why? There are other people here with connections to one another. Those two, for instance. Snake pointed at Junpei and June. Oh, you mean between Jumpy and me? Well, it's true there's a connection between us, but it's possible... I do think they knew about the connection, probably. But at the same time... It's possible they knew about the connection, the Zero guy, But at the same time, it's more suspicious that two people were abducted from the same room. I feel like there's some connection between all of us. I feel like that's the big thing. I don't know what it is, but... Ah, yes. You did say you were childhood friends, didn't you? You went to school together? All my female voices are the same. Yeah? June glanced at Junpei, uncomfortable with the sudden attention. Junpei felt somewhat nervous as well and tried to scratch his head as casually as possible. Hey, you think maybe we could figure out who Zero is this way? Yeah, you're right. You connect the dots between the victims, and that leads you to the perp. Okay, you're using cop speak now. I'm feeling it. This guy's a cop. Textbook. Textbook stuff. Okay, the thing with the whole him coming up with the codes early was kind of a random guess, but now he's really starting to verify it? Yeah, I'm using that term. Like with the whole, he's talking about perp, victims, textbook stuff. I'm feeling it. He's a cop. Junpei, June, does any of this ring a bell? Ring a bell? Ring a bell? They looked at one another, and like it was staged, they both tilted their neck at the same time. Well, perhaps you went to school with the son of a multimillionaire. A millionaire? Son? Well, someone bought this boat and set up all of this. Whoever Zero is, they must be incredibly rich. If this is even a boat, I still find it very unlikely it is. I guess it's possible, but Well, we can't be sure of that. To me, this seems as though it's the work of an organization, not an individual. Possibly. Wait a second. Now that I think about it, are you a detective? Maybe he's a cop and you're a detective. Well, is there much of a difference? I think it depends. Yeah, I think there is. Maybe he's like one of those detectives for hire? I don't know. That's just a random guess because he's sounding smarticle now. Zero is most likely simply the representative of a larger group. You definitely seem smart, but if I had to guess your occupation, right now I could only guess detective, but that seems a little similar to cop. Then again, though, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it being similar. Potentially you were on the same case at some point. You haven't mentioned it, but I think it's possible, especially if it's like confidential or something. I don't know. What sort of organization? Could be a number of things. An army, perhaps, or a research group. Perhaps this is all some sort of psychological experiment. If it is, then it's a pretty fucked up experiment. Oh, you want to talk about fucked up experiments? How about you go play Portal? I mean, come on, a guy's dead! The word dead hung in the air, heavy and ominous. The room went quiet again. I don't know who the hell this Zero asshole is, but I know for sure he's got to be pretty fucked up in the head to do all this. If this was all one guy, then he's got some serious issues. Even with the specter of death hanging over them, their discussions continued for some time. In the end, however, they learned nothing. Fuck, stop wasting time, go through the doors! By the time they finished, 1.5 of their 9 hours were gone. That's like, what is that, a sixth of all their time? Yeah, you've already wasted a sixth of your time, and you've done nothing! All they had to show for it was impatience. Man, look, we got only 7.5 hours left, okay? You really sure you want to just sit around? No one was willing to argue this time. Very well then. There's only one way for us to proceed. Sure not gonna be fun running around knowing we gotta jump when Zero says jump. Well, it's stupid to just sit around here and do nothing. Thanks to Snake's card, at least we have some idea of how this all works. Correct, and so long as we follow the rules, we will most likely be alright. But what? Who's gonna go in which door? That's a good question. I'm feeling like this is a branching path game. Considering I was given that choice before, I'm not sure if it mattered or not, but maybe it was just like foreshadowing that you're gonna have to pick. June looked toward the numbered doors. Oh yeah, that's right. there's a lot of possible combinations. We probably won't be able to pick anything we want. There'll probably be some limitations. Oh yeah, that's right. We can't have any more than 5 people in one door. All 8 of us can't go in the same door. Then it would seem we have to split up. Wait. Lotus looked terrified. I'm telling you now, there is no way in hell that I'm going into door 5. Oh, we have a condition. She's in door 4. Come now, don't be selfish. Call me whatever the hell you want, I'm not going in there. I can't really blame her terribly. Mostly because she has nice boobs. If I'm gonna have to walk through all that blood, then I'd rather stay here. You wouldn't be saying that if there was blood in both doors, but whatever. And we were doing so well. Ace shook his head sadly. Sorry, but I ain't going in there either. Excuse me? Your cowardly signs are showing back up again. Someone else can go into door 5. Oh, Santa, not you too. Hey man, I just bought these shoes. Oh, fuck you. That's just an excuse to not act all cowardly. Probably afraid of blood. You think I'm getting some creepy dude's blood all over him? You got another... Think? You got another think coming? I'm not sure if that's a typo or not. That was the last straw. What the hell, man? Weren't you the one who kept saying we should get going? Yeah? So? Doesn't mean I wanted to go into door 5. Oh, God. More and more conditions are being set upon us. There was an awkward silence. Finally, Seven spoke. Fine. I'll go into door 5. I can't go in there alone, though. Anyone else willing to come with me? There was another long silence. Okay, so, we have another condition. 7 is in door 5. This time, Snake was the one to break it. I'll go. What? Don't worry, you'll be fine. We may part now, but I'm certain we'll meet again later. So wait, does that mean we even have a choice in the matter? Are we just going to be going with June into door 4 while, let's see, Clover and Ace? Yeah, they make a 5, so 5 plus 9 will zero them out. Maybe we don't even get a choice in the matter. Maybe it's not a branching path. How do you know that? Because I do. That's not an answer. If you're going, I'm going too. I'm going into door 5. What am I going to do with you? There's nothing you have to do. There's nothing you have to do. A stepped forward. If I join you, the problem is solved, correct? 7 is 7, and Snake is 2. And if you add Clover's 4 and my 1, the digital root will be 5. Really? So we don't even get a choice? Unless, wait, earlier I picked Snake and 7. And yet I'm not going with Snake and 7, so did the choice even matter? Oh, it works perfectly! Oh boy. The 4 of us can go into door 5! Wait. What about the other 4? What's their digital root gonna be? It'll be 4. I worked it out already. You're too slow. Jupiter did a quick mental calculation. Lotus, Santa, June, and Junpei remain. Their released numbers were 8, 3, 6, and 5. What would their digital root be? Well, that's easy. It would be... Yeah, I've already done this in my head. It's 8 plus 3 is 11, 11 plus 6 is 17, 17 plus 5 is 22, 2 plus 2 is 4. It would be 4. Convenient. He repeated what he determined. It's 4. Add up our 4 bracelet numbers and the digital root is 4. Then we can go into door 4. Yeah, that worked out well. Junpei ran over the team assignments in his head one more time. 4 people will go into door 5. 7, Snake, Clover, and Ace. 4 people will go into door 4. Lotus, Santa, June, and Junpei. Well, I'm with June. I'm not too surprised about that. Santa and Lotus. Lotus, I like her boobs, but not her personality, at least so far. Santa, kind of a punk, not a big fan. I kind of like a lot of the people going into the other door more, but what can you do? We're definitely going to meet them again at some point. There's no way it's like going to split here forever, mostly because we didn't even make a choice. I don't think the choice earlier determined that. I doubt it. Junpei had to ask himself if the teams are what he really wanted. Beyond Door 5 was what remained of the Ninth Man. He never wanted to see that thing again, but something in him said it would be unwise not to examine the corpse even a little closer. Of course, if we went through Door 5, he wouldn't be going with Lotus and Santa. True, it would be possible for him to bring June with him through Door 5. That would mean she would have to see the horrific carnage that waited there. Wait, how would it be possible for them to bring June? Their numbers together is 11. Unless the teams got kind of scrambled. Like, well, let's see, 11, 1 plus 1 is 2, which means they need a 3. Which means they'd either need Ace and Snake, or a 12, which would be like, I don't know, 7 and, no, 6, no, 4, no. There would need to be Ace and, yeah, it would need to be Ace and, Snake that would be going with us if we went to Door 5. Junpei didn't want that. Junpei was torn. Should he stay silent and go through Door... Oh, is there going to be a choice after all? Or should he stop them all and insist on Door 5? As he turned his options over and over in his mind, Ace spoke up. Alright then. Seems we've reached a conclusion. Shall we go? He began to walk toward Door 5. Clover and Snake followed, with 7 a short distance behind. Junpei, which door do you want to go through? Oh boy. Oh, there is a choice.